In this video, I'm going to talk about something that I think might be a bit controversial. So I'd be interested in your comments and any questions or things that you might like to discuss about the subject of potholes. Now, I think we're in a period of post-pandemic potholes where the actual priority of fixing potholes and the budget to fix potholes seems to have been deprioritised, shall we say, and potholes are not getting fixed as much as they probably should be. Now, I've done a little bit of research and I found some information on a survey that was done to identify the area of the UK that has the most potholes, and I'll come to that at the end of the video. And also I found out why potholes are actually called potholes, so stay with me till the end and I'll tell you the origins of the term. Now, many years ago I worked, and in fact started my career in the highways department of a big county council in the UK, so I know a little bit about road construction and road maintenance, but I'm not an engineer. And I thought initially that because I live in an area where we've had HS2 construction and east-west rail construction for the last 2 years, that we might be having more potholes than the rest of the country. Because I see on a regular basis people trying to claim from the council for damage, or from highways for damage from tyres, cracked alloys, damage to suspension. But actually, in talking to colleagues, it appears that this is a countrywide issue. And therefore I thought it would be a good idea to sort of talk about some ways that we might be able to mitigate the problem. Now, when I'm doing teaching for advanced driving, one of the things that I see pretty much all the time is that people, when they first come to the courses, are not looking far enough ahead in the road, and they're also not looking at the road surface. This is where your tyres contact the road, so it's important to actually put your tyres on the best part of the road possible in order to balance your vehicle and gain best control that you can. So I would encourage everyone to look at the road surface ahead. Look at how you can avoid the potholes if you can. Now, in country verges like we have around here, we often get agricultural vehicles churning up the side of the road, a bit like here. But there is nothing to say, providing it's safe, you check in front, there's no oncoming traffic, you check behind that you're not going to make any unsafe moves, that you move out to the centre of the road to find the best part of the road to actually travel on. So the first advice is look at the road surface ahead, look for scarring, look for the potholes, and if you possibly can, use all of the road to avoid them. Now, there will be circumstances, I accept, where you can't. You may have traffic behind, you've got oncoming traffic, you have no option but to engage with a pothole. But what you can do, if you plan and see the actual road, you can slow down. And if you slow down, there's likely to be less impact from the contact with the pothole. Especially now that most modern cars are being delivered with run-flat tyres, and the run-flat tyres have reinforced walls so that they can actually run when they've got no air in them for a limited amount of time and a limited amount of mileage at a limited amount of speed. But even so, the non-run-flat tyres give you a harder ride than the non-run-flat tyres, and hence, because of that stiffened sidewall, they do have more impact when you hit a pothole. So be aware of that. Now, the last thing I really wanted to talk about was we're still in April in the UK, So we've had a lot of rain. When you see water on the road, you need to avoid driving into that water, because it may just be a shallow indent where the water's sitting, but alternatively it actually may be quite a deep pothole. So you should try to avoid it, and all of the previous advice applies for that, especially as you actually can't see the depth of the pothole that you're having to deal with, or the possible pothole that you're having to deal with. So I hope you found that advice useful. It's all about information and planning again, which is the foundation of any advanced driving. But I did say at the beginning that I would let you know whereabouts in the UK had the most potholes. And according to the survey that I found online, it's actually Glasgow. So if you're driving in or around or near Glasgow, keep an eye out for the potholes, because it seems that you're likely to meet them. Now, the origin of the term pothole, apparently, back in the day, must have been quite a long time ago, if there was a scar in the road or a hole forming, people that made pots used to use that to dig down to find clay. And the clay that they found under the road surfaces was then used to make pots, and hence the term potholes. So I'd like to know from subscribers abroad if potholes are given higher priority than they are in the UK, and what the road surfaces are like away from the sort of motorways. It would be interesting to get a comparison with the UK. So I hope you found this useful. Like I say, if it has been, then please give the video a like. And if you want to be notified of when I make and release more videos, then please subscribe to the channel. And hopefully I'll see you next time.